people of Umkore State Constituency, Ojukwu. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to present the second reading, Mr. Speaker, on the law to provide for the licensing of auctioneers, regulation, and for other related matters. Firstly, Mr. Speaker, I would like to intimate my distinguished colleagues that a bill for a law to provide for sales by auction regulation and auctioneers and auction business in Imo State, that this provides for fair market value through competitive bidding, allowing the buyer to make a smart buying options with a seller that is committed to sell. We know that in Imo State generally, and even in the whole world, business and commercial activities, real properties, items, cars, and what have you, you get better options and values when you go to auctions. The buyer determines the market values with variety of options. For example, in Imo State, Mr. Speaker, you can see today you are buying a land of 100 million naira, and when you look at it, it's the seller's market. The seller determines the price. But when it comes to auction, Mr. Speaker, when that property comes to the auction table, Mr. Speaker, you can see that all the buyers at that auction will make a fair market value with varieties when they have more options. And it also provides for timely purchases and sales to eliminate long negotiation periods. So when you come to the auction, it's 1, 2, 3, and you buy off. Documents, titles are exchanged, and all those procedures are included in this law, in this proposed law. So you can see that where sellers offer goods for sale and bidders compete with each other based on the price and quality of the item, then auction in Imo State at the commencement of this law, Imoites cannot engage in the business of auctioneering. And this will create jobs and businesses of our teeming youths, and will equally generate revenue to the state through the process of licensing, permits, renewals, and training of the auctioneers. Mr. Speaker, it's very, very simple, honorable colleagues. You can see that a new line of business will now be created for people. Auctioneers can now be created in Imo. They can now have more opportunities to engage in other types of business, which is what we owe to Imolites. That was why we were sent here, to use our thinking faculties to generate and create opportunities for them to invest monies, for them to enter into such businesses, for the interest of themselves and for the state as well. Because this process will generate revenue. It will up by the licensing of these people who are going to be auctioneers. Mr. Speaker, the state is generating revenue. By renewal of this licensing, there is a constant revenue. So the state can even plan. The state can also even plan and set up an auction corporation. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I would like you to support this bill and to lend your voice so that we can create a good business environment, as is done all over the world. In the US and all that, we can even buy cars here. A lot of us buy cars from here at auction house in the US. So if we replicate that in Imo, we can have an auction here. If we replicate that in Imo, Mr. Speaker, I think Imo will be at the top level in businesses. And the ease of doing business in Imo can also be expanded. That is the essence of this, Mr. Speaker. And I thank my honorable colleagues who are going to contribute to and who are going to lend their voices to support this bill, to do so speedily. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.